Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge Stanley Parable zusammen mit Roddy.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Oh,
New Content?
Shit.
Also wir waren doch nicht. Geh rein.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Was zum Fick?
Hello.
Wo sind wir denn jetzt gelandet?
Playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What the fuck?
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Was haben wir getan?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Wenn jetzt auch noch verschiedene Wege sind, dann gehe ich.
Dann gehst du einfach.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Ja, in dem Game, wo ich nicht jumpen kann, ihr Wichser. Ja!
Yo! Du kannst springen. Ah, schön.
Ich kann nicht mal Leertaste spammen, ne?
Na. Ich warte nur, dass er bei 1 aufhört.
Gut, wir sind fertig. Was, wenn ich wieder zurückgehe? Tschüss. Was ist, wenn ich einfach weitergegangen wäre? Oh nein.
Wenn du jetzt einfach weitergehst, statt den zu finishen.
Ja, oder insgesamt einfach weitergegangen wäre.
Ja, wäre auch eine Möglichkeit gewesen. Jetzt finish. Kannst du jetzt nicht mehr springen?
Nee.
Oh Mann. Zuerst.
Wir hatten unsere Freude.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
New? Ich kann immer noch nicht springen.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Ja.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
Oh nein, bitte
Hell,
nicht.
I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
Oh.
I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed up on this? I'm frustrated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people
Oh
on Twitter
Gott.
and hold them personally accountable.
Ich liebe es.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to
Oh,
such
ein Nicht geht
expectations.
nicht.
If you're
Was
still
soll
with
das
me,
denn?
why don't we just reset the
Wir,
game?
bei mir im Büro,
Try to get
lol.
back to what the Stanley Parable
Bei mir im
is really
Büro haben wir
about.
so 6
No
Neonröhren,
frills, no gimmicks.
die so in 2 Dreierreihen
We having a
angereiht sind.
great time together like always.
Und
What do you
die
say?
2 über meinem Platz gehen nicht.
Oh
Seit ich
no.
da sitze, gehen die nicht.
Oh no.
Und
Hä?
ja, ich bin ein... Was ist denn jetzt los? Ich bin eigentlich dafür zuständig, die zu wechseln, aber wir haben keine. Also ich konnte die nie wechseln, seit ich da bin. Aber so die anderen 4 gehen. Die anderen 2 haben easy Licht.
Stanley, come
Nein.
over here.
Nein.
In the vent. I want to show you something.
Nein, es sind andere Wege. Nein.
Okay, komm, geh ins Vent. Geh ins Vent.
Nein, nein. Nein.
Ich glaube, das Spiel ist gar nicht da dafür, alles zu sehen. Boah. Krass, das wollte er uns zeigen. Das war's jetzt einfach. Du hast jetzt verkackt. Ja, okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Gott.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
Jesus?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
Oha.
Back then, it all meant something.
Das ist verdammt cool.
Waste.
Buy on Steam. Or download the demo.
For free.
Windows identify 50,000-year-old ultra conserved words. The Washington Post. Was? Ob das echte Nachrichten von damals sind?
Ich weiß es
Romance
nicht.
of a Great Coral Culture, John Coleman, Harvard Business Review. Steht da? A loving memory. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. Ist das
Der erste Dollar.
Der erste Dollar!
Der erste
Der
Dollar.
erste Dollar!
Damals musste das Spiel in 3 CDs verkauft werden.
War das? Overlay von damals? Heftig.
Kann sein, ja.
God side don't play for 5 years. Ha! Es sind 10 geworden.
Stimmt.
Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Okay, ich liebe es. Wurden die 3-mal nominiert? Heftig.
Scheint, ja.
New video game releasing today. Created surprisingly down to earth. In New
Ja,
York
ja,
Times. Greater even effort to roll.
Boah.
Costs in den.
50% Gutschein für einen Designerhut.
Wow. Business leaders pushing election of council allies.
But a small creature owns the other half. Was?
Late edition. Today sunny, hot, humid, high 92. Tonight clear to party, cloudy, warm and humid, low 74.
Wo liest du das?
Rechts
Ach,
oben.
da oben.
2,50. New York, Thursday, October 17, 2013. All the news that's fit to print.
Das ist verdammt cool.
Ich kann mir aber nicht vorstellen, dass sie jetzt einfach sowas Gefaktes reingebaut hätten.
Doch. Der Der 50% Gutschein, der sagt schon alles.
Stanley Parable deals tough choices.
Das hört sich eher real an, aber ich glaube. Nein.
7. Juni 2013?
17.
17.
Oktober.
2013.
Nein, niemals ist das in der Zeitung gestanden.
Safe kann man das irgendwo nachschauen.
Ja, kann man sicher, warte mal. Willst du mal ganz kurz warten, bevor du weitergehst und wir
Ja.
dann nicht mal reinkommen?
Ja.
Ich schaue einfach mal nach New York Times Newspaper Archive.
Costs in the new tech to achieve diversity.
Hm,
Branches
dauert
goes
grad
from
ewig.
scandal to new crisis.
Wie dauert es gerade so lange, eine neue Seite zu öffnen?
Beta, Work in Progress, Stanley Parable, Alpha Test. Ist das da oben eine Zeichnung von Stanley? Oder was soll das darstellen? Oder wie jemand über Stanley Parable spielt? Da stehen auch noch Sachen. Da ist auch noch was. The greatest wealth is memory. Hier Bilder aus den Leveln.
Nein, es gab niemals eine Nachricht in der New York Times über Stanley Parable.
Warum ist da fast jedes Bild zweimal?
Weil es nicht so viele Locations gibt in dem Game.
Wirklich? Really?
Ja. Es sollte einfach nur voll aussehen. Das ist eine Bank. Oh. Genießt den schönen. Oh,
Nein.
okay. Wow.
Da steht ein Klavier.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this
Das
stunning
Sushi
example of
FM.
James journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James
Alright,
Stephanie
jetzt mal
Sterling
wieder
writes,
nominee.
and I quote, "We're so many games that aspire to
Official
be more
selection
than
winner,
games
honorable
end up
mention,
less than
honorable
any
mention.
form of art. Stanley Parable strives
Don't read
and
any
then
reviews
succeeds
except
to
this
be
one.
every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how
Yeah.
grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley
Ja,
Parable
das ist sogar eine
was.
Werbung.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ja, cool, wieder zwei Wege, oder? Das ist das neue Overlay. Und die zwei Türen, da wo alles begann.
Damals war noch alles einfach.
Das ist. Das ist Stanley.
Stanley?
Das ist Stanley. Und die
Stanley?
andere. Ist das das Level Creator?
Ich glaube, ja. So, unten oder oben? Das Portal. Okay, wir müssen oben. Die Top 10 Memories.
I remember.
Da ist die französische Flagge. Nee, doch nicht.
Ah, rote Tür,
Oh, die
blaue
rote,
Tür.
blaue Tür.
Okay. Ist das Stanley?
Stanley, wie er Stanley Parable spielt.
Damn.
Yo, das wäre so cool.
Die Stanley Parable Line.
TM.
TM. Was ist das? Mauspad?
Ja, ich glaube, das ist so ein
Die
Mauspatient.
Krawatte, die ich angehabt.
Ist das eine Krawatte?
Es sieht so, ja.
Ich glaube, das ist so
sieht-
Absperrband.
Aber warum würde dann da ganz am Ende bei so einer Spitze die Stanley Parable stehen?
Ich weiß
Der
es
gelben
nicht.
Linie.
Ich
Oh
weiß
mein
es
Gott, eine
nicht.
Stanley Parable Line TM-Krawatte.
Oh mein Gott. Nein.
Your number is 29. Da waren wir anscheinend noch nicht. Repelling? Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Carpet
The Stanley
textures.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the
6
nature of choice in
royalty-free
games,
designs.
and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game
Ist
was
das, wo die
perfect.
das Level gemacht
It
haben?
didn't need anything else. It didn't need
Vielleicht.
new content. It just needed to be left
People
alone.
games
To
because of
spend
what
the
they can do
rest of
inside when
time
the game is
collecting
very
dust
good.
in the
They don't
hallowed
even know
hall
they can't
of
do
beloved
anything.
video game memories.
Literally anything. Okay, das ist cool. Jetzt habe ich nicht gehört, was er gesagt hat.
Ja, das war so ein bisschen. Oh Gott.
Aaron likes to venture off the beaten path in life as well in games, but unfortunately the narrator in her head is nearly as witty as the one in the Stanley Parable. What the fuck? Ah, da ist eine Tür aufgegangen. The serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Okay.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh
I
nein.
haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh
Surely these
Gott.
reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Das ist aber ein perfektes Thumbnail hier. Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical
Oh, jetzt
insights
kann ich da
that
nicht
I
hoch.
can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Alter, was geht denn hier ab? Ist hier nicht mal noch ein neuer Weg? Das ist ein neues Game.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
What the actual fuck is going on?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh, der Pinguin!
A skip button? Well,
Nein!
yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay, wir haben einen Skip-Button. Ich bin so gottlos verwirrt gerade.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
Was ist, wenn ich's
No
nicht
more
mache?
listening to me rambling on and on and on.
Es
No,
gibt
no,
kein
no, no.
Nicht.
The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until
Soll ich drücken?
245. That the
Nein.
logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on
Genieß
for
es.
nearly 10,000 years, until
Boah.
just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on
Okay,
and so
drück.
forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 200.
Wenn du hinsnickst, dann merkt er nicht, dass es du warst.
Of elimination working. Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but
Ugh.
plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Drück.
But that's the power of the
Ich kann
button.
nicht auf.
The minute I start to go
verdammt.
off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's... Well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12
Ah,
hours.
hat sich die Uhr verändert?
Ja.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
Viertel nach
And my
3.
God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk
Wie
to.
lange war es?
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
What?
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Oh.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
What?
Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
He dead?
Hallo?
Narrator? Narrator?
Oh nein. Wir haben ihn verloren.
Shut up! Ich find's auch schön, wie die Pflanze immer weiter stirbt.
Ja, ist so schön.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world.
Du hast wieder gegrault.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
What
the
the fuck?
end, is never the 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 end, is never the
What the fuck passiert hier? Warum kommt da Wasser aus der Decke?
Frag's nicht. Drück einfach den Knopf. Jo. Wie lange sind wir schon hier?
Wie viele Jahre waren es?
Oh Gott.
Nicht mal der Feuermelder funktioniert mehr.
Was soll hier unten noch brennen?
Die haben sogar den Baum gekillt. Ach,
Nein! Ne. Schön. Es ist so still. Ich hasse es. Die Natur holt sich ihren Platz zurück.
Ja.
Kannst du mal schauen, ist der
Der
Baum?
Baum liegt da
Ja,
doch!
Jawohl.
Nein, die Uhr!
Nein, wo kam denn der Stein jetzt her?
Am Ende müsste hier eigentlich alles so weit sein, aber in der Mitte auf so einem kleinen Steinrand hier steht noch der Button.
Ja, schauen, was passiert.
Hä? Nein, was passiert?
Wir wissen es nicht.
Die schöne Natur!
Wir waren zu lange weg.
Wir sind schon bei 30 Minuten.
Du kannst es nicht beenden, solange der Knopf läuft.
Okay. Okay, was
What
war das?
Junge, draußen geht einfach, ist einfach Metro. Und wir chillen hier und drücken einen Knopf. Nein, der Knopf.
Was mit der Ansicht?
Schau mal draußen. Ja, der Raum ist schief.
Okay, das da bekommt
Schau nach draußen, schau nach draußen.
Ja, warte. Ich will wissen, ob der Knopf.
Ja, nee,
Aber-
schau erst nach draußen.
Der ist ja nicht mehr umgefallen, der ist ja. Ja. Hä?
Der Raum ist schief.
Ja, aber das macht ja hier immer noch keinen Sinn.
Schau nach draußen.
Tschüss, Knopf.
Du musst nicht rausspringen, du musst nur rausschauen.
Tschüss, Knopf.
Oh Gott, wie lange waren wir weg? Okay, geh zurück, drück den Knopf.
Da hinten ist was.
Geh zurück und drück den Knopf.
Wir können den Knopf nicht mehr drücken. Der Knopf.
Nee. Ah, verdammt, okay, dann muss jetzt laufen.
Aber
Warum
welche
die-
Richtung?
Du hast doch gesagt, da voll ist was. Oh Gott.
Okay, hier kann ich nicht. Okay, hier kann ich mich nicht bewegen. Das ist wahrscheinlich auch meine Grenze. Ja, siehst du es da in der Ferne?
Ja. Wahrscheinlich ist es eine Fata Morgana.
Aber auf beiden Seiten. Herr im Himmel, wo sind wir?
Oh Gott.
Oh. Wasn't that it?
The end is never, the end is never, the end is never.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Ja!
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed the memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click
Ja.
a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes.
Oh mein
almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417 musst du suchen.
Oh nein, nein.
Da. Du hast es gestartet.
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Musst du zurück. Hä? Da.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Let's go. Nee, da gehen wir jetzt nicht rein. Da gehen wir jetzt nicht
Nein!
Now, back to door number 437.
Nicht nach dem, was letztes Mal passiert ist.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Wo ist der Kopierer? Da.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Oh mein Gott, ich hasse ihn.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Wo ist
Hinter dir?
Wo ist er?
Hinter dir? Rechts von der Tür. Da. So, wie kannst du raufklimmen? Oh. Jetzt auf den Stuhl.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416.
Wo ist 416?
Muss es hier rechts sein? Nee. Hä? Wo ist Tür 416? Nein.
Ja, ich will aber schauen, ob da irgendwie ein Weg hinter ist.
Wir haben kein 416.
Hä?
Vielleicht ist die eine unbeschriebene Tür?
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Was kein 416?
Hä?
Das kann's doch nicht sein.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Nein!
open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Was zum
Perhaps he
Fick?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Was?
Wow. Yes.
Ist
This
das jetzt
room.
einfach wieder die
But eager to
Story?
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wir hatten mitten da drin einen anderen Weg.
Stanley
Wir
was so
hatten
bad
einen
at following
anderen Weg.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years old.
Nein, tu's nicht!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Dann würde ich sagen, war's das mit dem Game. Lasst ein Like und ein Abo, damit es okay Partner. Schaut auch beim nächsten Mal vorbei und tschüss.
Tschüss.